Salutations. I wanted to talk about ship propagation, UFO. I have to call it that sometimes because that's just what tags easy, all right? But UFO craft, ship, reproduction, and propagation. Something I don't hear many talking about, but I can tell you, and I want to relay what was given to me and transmitted to me during one of my experiences. You know, I'm trying to isolate if it was actually when I was near the larger engine, or if it was when I was before Xandar another time, or if it was Ramana. It gets hard because when you're in the presence of one of these non-humans, so much energy, so much emotion, so much telethought comes off them at once. It's hard to recall all of it after being in their presence, and you have to go back. It's just difficult. But nonetheless, this information was given to me from them. And what this deals with, if you go back on the channel and look at UFO composition, organic UFO composition. Oh goodness, did I put that on Patreon or here? Either way, maybe I'll transfer to YouTube if I didn't. But anyway, check out that video because I go very much into the construction and composition of these organic UFOs as it was transmitted, given to me from these beings and the ones I've been on board. And it goes into how they're a type of mushroom fungus, how there's certain alloys that are gotten from planets that are devoid of Van Allen belts and some of atmospheres, and they have these metals that are combined with these this type of a fungus, and also some DNA from crew members, the species, and all this is grown over a micro wormhole. Okay, so I've talked about that and how in that way, if you want to think about a shipyard, think about how when you see mushrooms and you actually see a patch of mushrooms, that would be kind of like a field, a space yard, a fleet yard in deep space, because these things are grown over singularities. So that means that the ship itself exists not just multidimensional, as I've said, but also that it's possible that they can actually reproduce as an organism. These ships are organisms. Although they're symbiotically linked to the crew, the ship itself is, oh gosh, I didn't get the other picture. I just showed you a picture. It's the picture I've shown you of a UFO all the time, actually. Most importantly, at the bottom of this UFO is a large space, and one that I had showed you. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm getting excited. Here is this is actually an engine room that was just the cockpit. When I came in, this one UFO that I've showed you many times, this is the door, and I came into this room here. And what I want to say about this room is it was very large, okay? Technically, it was large enough to have been this entire ship that I was seeing in the sky itself, let alone the other rooms that I've shown you in there, all right? This room itself is, I believe, one of these rooms where these ships can grow another ship within inside of themselves because they're built over a wormhole, a micro wormhole, singularity. The ship itself is a singularity also, and explains why it's somewhat multidimensional and transdimensional. But anyway, inside of the belly of some of these craft, they can organically grow another craft, reproduce, okay, a sentient reproduce. And then that is kind of, that's where I'm coming from. And I'm not hearing other people talk about this. I don't think they know about it, but they claim to be contactees, yada, yada. But I don't hear anyone talking about this. If anything, the scientists need to be listening to people like me and what we're saying. We're talking about doing deep space exploration here. There's something we're missing. This organic component that is similar to a mushroom type of a structure deal. So anyway, that's where I want to go into. And I can't say, okay, now look, I didn't see a ship growing in here, okay? I went another video over this engine room here. I didn't see a ship actually growing in here, but what I'm saying, it was big enough to contain one. All right? And I think that's very, very important when dealing with ships that are sentient and life forms, that some of them are reproducing themselves. Okay, and it's a conscious reproduction. Because I got the beings have told me that how they're involved in not just DNA-wise, but they're involved consciously in growing that ship in the bottom or wherever part of the ship they're growing this in. They're a part of that also. So it's a conscious effort, awareness effort as much as it is a physical occurrence. I think that's important. Anyway, so I'm not going to go too much more into this. Please go back and look at the organic UFO composition video. I went into the structure of the ships a lot, at least as much as it's been relayed to me. All right, I know there's other types of ships, other things, but I'm more interested in the beings I've dealt with, which are higher level. These are very fast entities that are trying to help save the Earth and seem to be very interested in the cosmos itself, the creator energy. So I'm into that too. So anyway, think about that and how ships propagate within themselves and reproduce themselves. That's what's going on to a degree. Please subscribe to Patreon. Please subscribe here. Peace.